Vivian Stanshall and Legs Larry Smith, Stout Bonzo Dogman in conversation with Geoffrey Giuliano, 1983. Written by Geoffrey Giuliano. Narrated by Geoffrey Giuliano.
Why me? Why won't it stop? I don't know. Are there any clues? Clues? A few years ago, a woman from the Daily Mail phoned to inform me they were doing a piece on Sir John Betjeman, and they would like me to companion him in the article. I, being representative of the younger English eccentric, she wanted to know if I was still doing it. Well, I don't do it. I'm merely myself, as near as damn it, without frightening the housing estates. And her question was absurd rather than fatuous, as it suggests deliberation. It's rather as though you woke up and decided, I'm going to be a Ghanaian today, or I'm going to be a giant squid for the weekend, or that's it, or I'm going to be a wardrobe for the rest of my word. Well, strap me to a tree and call me Brenda. I'm whatever you like, just don't expect me to join in. I do like games, though. You see, I'm not different for the sake of being different. Only for the desperate sake of being myself. I can't join your gang. You'd think I was a phony, and I'd know it.
In 1983, I was hired by a Toronto radio producer called David Pritchard and his assistant Alan Lycett. They had previously done a really good show on the Rolling Stones, which was released in several parts and was internationally very successful. Well, I became aware of that and approached them and received a job, a low-level job. It's kind of a helper, a fixer, an intern, if you will. In the course of that work, I made 2 trips for David Pritchard. One, out to Seattle to interview the family of Jimi Hendrix, which was a wonderful experience. What a great family. And I'm talking about Al Hendrix, the father, and Leon Hendrix, the son. I never met Janie, and I don't think Jimmy did either. The second assignment was to accompany Alan Lycett to London. The exact particulars of that trip I don't really remember. I suppose it was to do interviews, but I don't know for what project, possibly the Beatles. At any rate, I went and slept on the hotel floor, being the low man in the totem pole. And at some point we met Legs Larry Smith from the Bonzo Dog Band. It was at a party, and we talked and became a little bit chummy, and I remember I needed a ride to my hotel, which wasn't actually a hotel at all. An Indian man who I knew from the Hare Krishna movement was allowing me to sleep in his basement for free, but it was in central London, so that was terrific, as I don't think, getting paid, maybe just my minimal expenses. And I was about 29 at the time, living in Toronto, and really needed the job, so this was terrific because it was something I loved, rock, and I got a chance to travel, come back to London after many years. So, on the way home from this particular party, Larry said he would give me a lift along with another young lady, I can't remember who. Maybe a lady called Kirsten Grepney, who he was dating at the time. They dropped me off there at my very grand-looking hotel, but they weren't aware that I was living in the basement. I had Larry's phone number, and I rang him up and kind of wheedled my way into an invitation to come out and see him for an interview, which occurred, we're not exactly sure where the tape is, but it was a sort of peripheral interview about his time with the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band, his relationships with Keith Moon, Elton John, Eric Clapton, the various tours he did, and just kind of an overview of his life. So we did that. Now, where he was living was really interesting. It was a place called Hambledon, Oxfordshire, which is just near Henley. And where was he? Well, he was house-sitting for John Lord from Deep Purple, who had not yet sold his estate in, I believe, either
Sample complete. Ready to continue?